When we have a strong dollar, one thing happens. It sounds good. It is good for inflation.
Swings in the value of the dollar are not unusual and wouldn't ordinarily stop the presses if it's the beginning of the end of the global dominance of the US dollar.
The US dollar is losing power, and it's not just a number on a screen. This shift could shake the global economy, topple old alliances, and create new winners and losers overnight. Watch closely because 2026 might be the year. The world's financial map is completely redrawn. Chapter 1. What's happening to the dollar? For decades, the US dollar ruled the world. Most international trade, global reserves, and even oil deals relied on it. But today, cracks are appearing. Inflation, rising debt, and global distrust are weakening the greenback. Other currencies and gold are quietly gaining ground. Nations like China, Russia, and parts of the Middle East are diversifying away from the dollar. The question isn't if the dollar is losing power, it's how fast it is and who will benefit the most. For the first time in a century, the dollar might no longer be the automatic safe choice for global finance. Chapter 2. Global trade in flux. A weaker dollar means everything from oil to wheat could be priced differently. Countries that depended on US trade deals may see their costs rise, while exporters outside the dollar zone gain new leverage. China's yuan, the euro, and even regional currencies are stepping into the spotlight. Some deals are already bypassing the dollar entirely, creating a ripple effect across banks, corporations, and governments. Global businesses have to rethink supply chains, pricing, and contracts. This isn't just Wall Street news. It touches every economy, every product, and every consumer worldwide. The world order is quietly being rewritten. Chapter 3. Who wins and who loses? A declining dollar creates winners and losers. Countries holding massive dollar reserves like Japan and European nations might see their wealth shrink in value. Meanwhile, nations investing in gold, cryptocurrencies, or alternative currencies could see their influence rise. Emerging economies may find new opportunities to trade outside the US-dominated system. Corporations with heavy US exposure could face rising costs, while tech, energy, and commodity sectors might adapt faster. Even everyday people feel the impact, and imported goods become pricier and interest rates fluctuate. Understanding who gains and who loses now could be the difference between financial survival and being left behind. Chapter 4. The geopolitical game. Currency isn't just money, it's power. As the dollar loses dominance, US influence on global politics could weaken. Countries like China, Russia, and India are forming alliances that sidestep the dollar entirely. Trade agreements, defense deals, and diplomatic influence might shift toward new economic leaders. Even traditional US allies may diversify their reserves to protect their economies. The result? A multipolar financial world, where power is more distributed and unpredictable. Decisions made in Beijing or Moscow could soon carry as much weight as Washington, D.C. in shaping the global stage. 2026 might mark a turning point in world geopolitics. Chapter 5. What this means for you. So, what does a weaker dollar mean for your wallet? Higher import costs, changing interest rates, and fluctuating investments are just the beginning. But it's not all doom and gloom. Savvy investors, businesses, and everyday consumers who understand this shift can protect themselves or even profit. Diversifying investments, paying attention to international markets, and staying ahead of geopolitical trends are no longer optional, they're essential. Knowledge is power, and in a world where the dollar isn't king, being informed could be the difference between financial stress and opportunity. The dollar's decline is reshaping global power and trade. Stay informed, adapt your strategies, and subscribe to updates because understanding this shift could protect your wealth in 2026 and beyond.